Wendy have decided to allow each of their bridesmaids and groomsmen give a little speech about their memories about Jason. So we'd like to invite them up now. Yeah, let's go and get that bridesmaid first.
Let's get in line.
Is it really?
Hello. Sorry, it's really loud. So I'm Erin, and I've known Wendy for a very long time. And I'll just start by saying 24 years ago, I was a new kid to a new school, and I might get emotional, but I'll never forget, I knew no one, and this sweet little girl came up to me and said, "Hi, I'm Wendy, want to be my friend?" And hands down, like, honestly, it was like one of the best decisions I've ever made. When I look back at my childhood, I see Wendy in every single great memory. We went through everything together. And even though now we're in different zip codes, she's still my greatest and best friend. And she's honestly, and I think everyone would agree, with like the sweetest, kindest person that I've ever met in my entire life. And I'm so happy that she found Jason. And I'm so happy, Jason, you asked her to marry you. And I just wish you both a lifetime of love and happiness. So, cheers. So I met Gwen 13 years ago. We were first-year teachers at Harvard Elementary. And besides our names, we have 7 other similarities, which made us instant, lifelong friends. Number 1, we lived in the same apartment complex when we first moved to Fredericksburg, which leads us to number 2. We spent every day at the pool from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. We were both sun worshipers. Number 3, we both liked to sing. We went to Carlos O'Kelly's, which is a local restaurant, for our karaoke night. It was a meet and greet with the other teachers at our school. And we decided to sing together and do the Rose. We thought we did well. Others would say different. Number 4, we had a discussion about the name of our firstborn girl. And Gwen had invented a name, and I had invented a name too. So we decided to share our invented names, and who would know, we came up with the same name, Evelyn. So that name is still up for grabs. Number 5, as I stated, number 3, we really like to sing. So we had a bunch of girls over to Gwen's house for book club, and we decided to record our own soundtrack. And it was halfway through book club that the girls realized, wait a minute, these are original songs. Who's singing? And it was Gwen and I. So it was a lot of good laughs, but we also realized we need to stick to our day job. Number 6, we spent a lot of weekends in DC. We go both Friday night and Saturday night. And we always had a good time, but we would talk the whole way up. So when we would get to the bar, we had nothing to say. So we invented this thing where we would just start laughing. And the guys would clap. So we met a lot of guys. And I soon realized Gwen's type. Fit, muscular, always had fun things to do, had a good time, but never good enough for Gwen. So number 7, we both love to travel. And we've done a lot of traveling together. And one particular week we went to Dewey for our friend Corinne's birthday. And it was on this particular trip that we all heard during the ceremony that Jason walked into Gwen's life. Jason fit Gwen's type. I said, awesome. But he was both good on the inside as he was on the outside. So we knew it was the one. So right now, today, we're very happy, so happy for Gwen and Jason. Gwen, you had your last first date. And you found the love of your life, and a best friend, and someone to grow old with, drinking coffee on the deck. And we wish you lots of love and happiness. And if you're ever out and about and get bored, just laugh.
people that I've ever known. I was lucky enough to live with Len for Jason and Wendy's first few years together, and I can honestly say that I think they are a perfect match. Len, I love you. I think you're an amazing person, and Jason, you're a very lucky guy.
Hi, my name is Kara, and I'm married to Wendy's little brother, Mike. And when I was a little girl, I always wanted to have a sister, but unfortunately I did not. But many years down the line, I was lucky enough to get a sister through marriage. And I couldn't be more lucky to have known this girl for 7 years. And she has been a great friend and confidant since we've gotten to know each other. So she warmly welcomed me into the Kendra family. So I thought I would officially bring Jason a welcome gift as well into the family. So first I need to provide a bit of a backstory. The Kendras like to go on vacation, and they have been generous enough to invite both Jason and I on trips to both Bermuda and to Alaska. And we found out very quickly, both Jason and I, on our first Kendra family vacation, that there are several rules you need to follow while on a trip. Rule number 1 is that we always have to walk or take the stairs everywhere we go on a trip. There is no use of elevators or public transportation, and if you do that, there are grave consequences. Rule number 2 is that we have to bring water bottles with us on all excursions. And if we do not bring those back, we have to talk to Ruth anyway. And rule number 3, which is the most important rule, is that we have to be properly attired for our Kendra family vacations. So I thought there's no better way to welcome Jason into our family, because he just loved rule number 3 so much, by providing him a fan cap and bait, a solar-powered fan hat, because it's not a Kendra family trip without it. So I welcome you to the family.
Hi everybody, my name's Jocelyn. I'm Jason's little sister. And I know Jason's really tired of hearing this, but we've all been waiting for this day for a really long time. I remember about 5 years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, Jason sending me, I must have been Facebook or something, but he sent me a picture of a group of girls after this Dewey trip, and he asked me what I thought of the girl with the long curly hair. And little did I know that was Wendy, and many years later, here we are. And I would just like to say that I'm really happy we're all here, and I'd like to welcome Wendy to the family on behalf of all the wrestlers.
Thank you, ladies. And now we'll invite the groomsmen to the dance floor. Now, as these fine young gentlemen make their way up here, Jason thought it might be fitting for me to introduce each of these fine young men and give a little insight before they make their way. First off, we have Mr. Nicholas Horsey. He is a distinguished high school quarterback, but his most recent athletic accomplishments was winning the gold in the diving competitions in Key West, even sober for synchronized swimming. His new, let's give a round of applause, And his future life goals now look to be auditioning for the new spokesperson for the Pats. Next we have Mr. Luke Boland. Now, Luke is a part-time male model. You can see some of his work on the covers of GQ and Better Homes and Gardens magazines. I've learned a couple things about Luke over the years. He can never have enough eggs for his protein kick after his morning workouts. And he also has some frustrations with patio furniture. So let's give it up for Mr. Luke. What to say about Mr. David Ikowski? He's a semi-pro exotic dancer. He enjoys long walks on the beach, the movie Gettysburg, and he is famous throughout the DC area as having the most interesting combination of body art. So, you'll hear from him about that.
Let's see it.
Mr. Robert Miller. Bobby is known as the one friend in our group who is not a teacher. After many, many times of trying to excommunicate himself from the group, saying he should be striving towards more in life, he hasn't been able to do that yet. He can't quite quit us. And as recent as last month, he was seen putting on loads of sunscreen on this delicate complexion of his down in Key West. So, Mr. Bob Miller. Finally, we have Mr. Joshua DeSnyder. Our role model, as he's been working his way up the school hierarchy as the new assistant principal. He's always, he always talks about people's nice style. He likes to appreciate people's style. He enjoys a good rum and coke, random bouts of sprinting, and he also enjoys when we have brunches and then go off to the Nationals games afterwards, even though after we went to the last one, Starbucks will never quite be the same. So, Joshua DeSnyder. As you can see, ladies and gentlemen, Jason just surrounds himself with the best type of people, so I'm going to allow them to give their thoughts and memories on Jason now.
Hello, everybody. My name is Nick, as Dave so gracefully introduced us. And Jay, before I get started, I'm going to ask, can you put your hands on top of Wendy's hands? I've had, you're not comfortable. Well, you can put them on the table, relax. I've had the misfortune of knowing Jason for about 4 years now. Tonight is actually my third opportunity of speaking at a wedding. No matter how many times you speak at a wedding, you still like to ask others for some advice on what to say. One person in particular said, Nick, your speech should really last about as long as it takes for Jason to make love. So with that being said, thank everybody for coming out. When I first met Jason and Wendy, it was evident that they had one key ingredient of any healthy relationship, and that's balance. Balance is the ability to compromise and complement one each other's personality. I think Jason brings out Wendy's athletic and adventurous side, and I think Wendy keeps Jason grounded. She keeps him humble, she keeps him modest, which in those cases is a very difficult task to do. Wendy's very loving. She has a lot of love to offer. Jason, being understanding of this, wanted to give Wendy something that she could love, something that she could hold, something that would wake her up in the morning from crying. So naturally, he went out to go himself a dog. Now, in case you're all wondering why I asked Jason to put his hands on top of Wendy's hands, Jay, it's my great privilege to let you know that you just enjoyed the last few minutes of marriage in which you're able to have the upper hand over Wendy. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for allowing me to be such an important part in a day, the most important day of your life. Thank you so much.
Luke here, friend of Jay's from Arlington. We went to college together for a bachelor's IUP. Just a little introduction here. I want to make these few words short before Jay gets FOMO. Down the road to another reception here in a minute. So, there's a smell in the air tonight. You guys know what that smell is? Anybody?
No.
I think it's the smell of a happy ending and a new beginning. That sounds very sad, but it's true. When you Jay, your relationship, your personas, everything I've always seen, they seem very perfect. It's perfect, it's rare, it's hard to come by, it's why we're all here celebrating tonight. Jay, I just want to stand up here. I want to come up and I wanted to wish you a bright future, be happy and all that, but I don't really need to. I don't need to wish you any luck at all. You already have it all going for you. You got a good head on your shoulders, now a great wife next to you, and you got great hair on top of your head. So congrats to the Stackhouses. You're one of the biggest sweethearts I've ever met, honestly, bottom of my heart. And Jay, you're one of the sweetest, dreamiest bros I've ever had. Thank you guys both for making me part of your day, all right?
So I'm Dave, and I've known Jason for 8 years now. And he asked me today, a few days ago, he said, we want you to go up and roast me a little bit. I've been doing that for 8 years now, so I'm gonna take a night off. We're at a wedding, so instead of a roast, I'm gonna tell a true love story. How about that? I'm a smart wife. I'm good for you. You complete me. I'm just guys.
You had me at hello.
So I know you've heard about this Dewey trip a few times already today. I'm going to tell you, Sandra curved the details a little bit during the ceremony. So Jay and I had gotten invited down to Dewey by a few of our co-workers. They hadn't gotten to know us too well yet, so they invited us to do things. And Jay heard about the trip, he was excited. He immediately headed out to Abercrombie and Fitch, and he grabbed all the boys' board shorts he could. And we loaded up the truck and we made our way down. We got there, we unpacked, and I saw something on Jason's face I don't know if I've seen many times before or after. I was startled. I saw a genuine smile. And I looked, and I was trying to figure out what he was looking at, and it was a girl we hadn't met before. It was Wendy. And I walked up to him, I said, hey, what's going on? And he said, bro, I got this one. She's mine. So, I didn't see Jay a lot the rest of that weekend. He was doing a lot of beach chasing up and down the boardwalk. The first night ended with stars over the dewy sky, and Jason and Wendy dancing to Lady Gaga's Poker Face, and Katy Perry's I Kissed the Girl. I think he liked it. And the rest of the trip is pretty hazy. I really don't remember much. Dewey does that to you. If you haven't been there, you should try it. But I do know one thing. I know Jay and Wendy, they were inseparable that weekend. And she had stole his heart. So I need your help at this point. I need you to find that butter knife on your table. I need you to pick it up gracefully. And we're just going to tap the side of that glass a little bit. We're going to reenact that first night under the Dewey stars. Help us out. That's all I got.